Hello, Orbit fans. It's week 6, I believe, and we are facing the division rivals, the Tennessee Titans, at home. Now let's take a look at who we're up against. Tannehill, the starting quarterback, and they have a big drop off with the backups. Their running back is still Derrick Henry. Unfortunately, he's not injured. They have Darrynton Evans behind that, and then a big drop off after that. The fullback, Blasingame. I love that Blasingame. The receivers are not the best. That's going to allow us to focus on the run. Their tight end, though, is pretty good. Reed and, what was his name? Smith and Jordan Reed, former Redskin. And now retired in real life because of concussions. And their O-line, pretty good. Or actually, it's really good. They're okay. Okay. Not so great, not so great. So if we can attack their right side, that'll be the key to getting pressure on Tannehill. Their left end is 85, yikes. Taco Charlton, their right end, not the best. Defensive tackles are not the best. So if we can take advantage of their defense, that'd be great. Until you get to the linebackers, because they have Clowney. Evans. And yikes, Landry. That is going to be rough. On to the cornerbacks. Their secondary is decent, especially their starting two. They'll drop off after them. And then their free safeties, yikes. Kevin Byard, very good. And Hooker's a good backup. And then Vaquero is a good, strong safety. Their kickers are decent, so hopefully we don't deal with fakes. And their kick returner will be Darrynton Evans, and their punt returner is John Reese. So let's get into the action, folks. We are still 1 week away from getting our star defensive tackle back. We had a number of upgrades before this game. And as always, we will turn things over to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis as we concentrate on playing. Last week we started me calling offensive plays while Eddie played, and Eddie calling defensive plays while I played. And also our quarterback, our coach is Mike Ditka, not whoever that guy, Matt something or other. Anyway, see you on the other side of the game as we let those two guys I mentioned earlier call the game. Peace.
Tonight, from Orlando, Florida, it's Week 6 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Orlando Orbits taking on the Tennessee Titans.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Tennessee Titans and the Orlando Orbits. Hello again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Orlando team as they enter play. They come in pretty desperate here for a win as they've started the year 0-5.
And it seems way too early to start talking about hot team is 0-5. People start.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA sports. Fielded just outside the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And we get a glance here at their leader, the man who will be calling the plays under center.
And this is a game for grit, determination, and somehow finding a way not to panic. What a horrible start for them. I mean, so now...
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He gets it left side to Johnson. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
The pass.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Back to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Laviska Shenault, the intended target. And that'll bring up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. Rookie quarterback, rookie running back. They team up there to pick up the first.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They pick up 11 in addition to moving the chains.
Watching that run takes me back to something a famous old coach once said. Any player he wants on his team, he wants him to be agile, mobile, and most definitely hostile.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And he'll be taken down at the 34. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Now that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is going to get this close to the first down markers. He's brought down at the Titans' 27.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
On 3rd and short, Gardner tight end. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. Now a handoff looking right. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21.
Another carry for
Desmond King making the tackle.
tackle made at the
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
They'll give to the fullback on the dive. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
Evans on the tackle.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Complete to the right side. It's Eifert. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. And before this 4th and 3 play, we're going to get whistles and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit here. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good. And the opening drive of the game yields 3.
Makes the score Orbits 3. Titans nothing.
Even though they didn't find the ends. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Titans set to take over behind their quarterback, Ryan Tannehill.
And no excitement, unless you're on the defensive team of last week, in his numbers. Because the only excitement he really generated was the 1 interception he threw.
And no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And I know this.
Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that field like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Tannehill's pass.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you, and you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
And he's brought down, but not before picking up the first with a very effective stiff arm. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll give him a fresh set of downs.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league in converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were two things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, third down conversions. So they got one there. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, second down. So line of scrimmage still to 39 on 2nd and 10. Draw play. This is Henry. They see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down in the backfield. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Here's Tannehill. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And his crew will take over with the football at the 35-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going. And then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And they will advance this across midfield, but still well shy of a first as he's tackled at the 47. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
The Titans coming back onto the field for their second drive. They trail 3-0 after the INT last time led to a field goal, but now another fresh start here, 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw over the middle, and it's incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Now a timeout being called as there's an injured Titan down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. And they'll try the jet sweep here. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41.
The ball carried by the
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
And his throw here's incomplete. Jonnu Smith, the tight end, his intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
From the gun on 3rd down, Tannehill. And that is incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. Yeah, last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Orlando takes back over on offense. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The
leverage.
Big guys. You know the motivational speech on the side.
Going to give this time to the tailback. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
by number 22.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now the throw here complete on the right sideline. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 3rd and inches, and they've got some extra beef up front. 3 tight ends. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the 1st down. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball, pick up the 1st down. I love it.
Yeah, 3rd and short, that's what you're supposed to do. Like you said, old school, smash mouth football. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back.
The running back.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Coming into the week, he's the NFL's leader in receiving yards. There's his first catch, and it's good for a 1st down.
10 at the 49-yard line.
And they give this time to the tailback. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Second and 13. And open, that's Jaleel Scott. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Short pass, Eifert on the receiving end. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
And the coach has decided to challenge this play. He has tossed down the red flag.
After review of the play.
And the challenge pays dividends. The ref overturns the play.
Everyone gets a bonus on this one, Brandon. The coach upstairs who signaled down and said challenge it, and the head coach for pulling the red flag.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Connection made with Chenault. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
He's got some space. So not quite a 1st down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually broke that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they wanted to, but I think we'll see more as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
Brings up 2nd.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3.
That you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
So 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive, and now they face a 3rd and 3 here. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. They pass up the three, fake it. It doesn't work. And as a result, it'll be Titan football on the turnover on downs. So here are the Titans to take over on offense. Last week, actually, not only... They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. He chucks him aside. Derrick Henry all alone. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Titans have taken the lead. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively? From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll try and run with their fullback. And he'll get this only up to about the 35.
And that was a good collision right there. And I know this as a former defender. If you're playing linebacker, you're going through a checklist on every play on who you think's going to get the ball, where you think the ball's going to go. Rarely do you expect the fullback position to get it. And on that play, he did. So you got to steel yourself at that point because the contact is going to be strong.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. He'll look to throw. Now they go straight. It's complete. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
Here's Logan Cook now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 41-yard punt there with no return, and it'll be Titan football. Here comes Ryan Tannehill now, leading his offense back out there. He has not had this he envisions here in the second. They begin with Henry. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. And we were down on the field watching Henry warm up before the game. He's a big man. No wonder he breaks those tackles.
And you remember what I told you when we were watching? It's not all pads. I mean, you get him out of pads and just see him in a regular suit or an outfit. He is a huge human being, a lot faster than what people know. When he gets rolling, he's a lot to bring down.
A gain of 3, second down.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Now whistles here, and we've got a man down. Man down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. The Titans on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. From the gun, here's Tannehill. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is taken in at the 5. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans.
Tennessee.
A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Titans are going to add on to their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Uh-oh, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going. Zone for the touchdown.
Gay is on for the point after. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it ends with a Tennessee score. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Orlando takes back over on offense. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And Eifert has it. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 14 yards on the play as they pick up the first.
39-yard line.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What did the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And a give this time to the tailback. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a throw here, hauled in. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's see, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
For the running back.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 34-yard line. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
The throw over the middle, taken in. A gain of 6 there on first. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. And he'll give it here to his running back. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
25-yard line.
That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down.
3rd and 1, who are you going to call? Not the scat back. You go with the big man. Hand him the ball and let him get upfield and pick up a first down.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, It could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and he stepped in for a minimal gain.
And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Able to complete this to Shenault. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3.
First and goal.
7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it first and goal. Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run this one in. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
To me, that's a terrific run on 1st and goal at the 3. They got 2 yards. I'd line right back up and give it to him again.
On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And his guys have made this a one-score game now. And that moment we just saw, always so special for any rookie, the first touchdown of his career.
And there's nothing like anticipation, is there? You know he's been dreaming about it, thinking about it. It's been a part of every bit of his being. And finally, it gets done. He's got to feel great right now.
Extra point forthcoming. And he's got it. That cuts the lead. It's now 14-10. That drive a long way, spanning 15 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
Derrick Henry trots back out there and gets ready to go. He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime.
Everybody here. Tannehill on 1st down. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Smith. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now a 1st down throw, Tannehill. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. 2nd and 10. Tannehill once more. Over the middle to Smith. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. To the air again, Tannehill. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Tannehill throwing again. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Smith. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. 2nd down pass play got them 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. Throwing again is Tannehill. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
Incomplete.
Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Matt Gay now gets ready for the field goal try. This one from 48 yards away. And this one is right down the middle. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10.
That's 10.
So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. This one fielded at the 5. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Take over. First down and 10.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you across town to our studios here in Orlando and check in with the coach at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, guys, thanks very much. We'll get back with you shortly. But first, let's take a look at what's coming up this weekend around the NFL. As far as the early games go, we'll be watching that one in Houston. The Texans in for a fight as they'll square off with the visiting Arizona Cardinals. Lots to look forward to in the late games as well. One of the best being in Philadelphia, where we find the Eagles taking on the Denver Broncos. And then lastly, we wrap up the week with a good one on Monday Night Football between the New England Patriots and the Indianapolis Colts. In our game has been Ryan Tannehill, who's had the hot hand in the first half. His guys have the lead, as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get in the second half. The Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the third quarter gets underway. Taking it about the 1. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Tim Evans is on the return. The Titans take over 1st and 10.
So here are the Titans to take over on offense. They were losers last week, dropping that game to the Indianapolis Colts. But the good news for them, they've got the lead right now and the football. First. Second half begins with a run by Henry. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
8 yards on the pickup brings up 2nd and 2.
Running jet sweep here, Humphries. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Well, we We've seen running backs in today's NFL get involved in the passing game. Maybe it's about time more receivers like that get involved in the running game.
And that is something we are seeing more and more in this league, no question about it. That wasn't the biggest of gains. It was enough to get them a first down. And it continues to test the defense. They have to think on every play about who might end up with the ball. And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Again, it's Henry. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. And he'll get this underneath to Henry. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Here's Brett Kern now as he'll punt it away for the second time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
An assignment that really gets you into more trouble.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line.
Number 22.
Kevin Byard up to make the tackle.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And they give this time to the tailback. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. 11 yards there, first down. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
Thanks to that last play, a little more room to operate. 1st and 10 at the 18. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll take this one up to about the 23.
The running back.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. The big man, P.J. Hall, had the path to the QB there. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Here's Logan Cook now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Punt, 6 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The time again to see what Ryan Tannehill and the Titans can do. The lead is theirs here in the third quarter, but it's really been success. Tannehill with a play fake to Henry. He'll throw instead. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Out of the gun, Tannehill. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in the second half. Instead, it's third down. An important play right here, third and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Throwing on third down, Tannehill. And that's caught by Smith. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. That's a third down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
First down.
It is fun to watch the big man work the middle of the field. How about that post route there? Did an excellent job of getting his head around to look the football in and gain significant yardage.
And he's got some space here. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his own line and just went.
So there's two ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
And the Titans are going to be set up with a first and goal. He couldn't quite reach the chalk, but they'll have it at the 1 yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Well, it's apparent the defense understands the situation. They have to keep them out of the end zone here. That's a great start by them. A loss on that play. Can they force them into a field goal attempt and still give their offense an opportunity?
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2 yard line. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a third down.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2. They'll run. It's Henry. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Derrick Henry. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. Playbook the way you wanted to.
Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will make it into the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
Able to move it as effectively as you've described.
Here to his running back. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Complete to the right side. It's Eifert. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a 1st down.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's another 10 yards on that one and another 1st down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Couple of 1st downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. On the give, this is their fullback. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
48-yard line.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
8 yards to go on second down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at 148-yard line and ended at the other. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
First and 10.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Now a carry here for their fullback. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
I know a lot of times we like to put players in certain boxes. He does this and he does that. But this guy, he can do a little bit of everything. He's not just a lead blocker or a guy who protects the passer. Handing the ball, he might want to get out of the way.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up first and 10. Now an inside draw. This is their fullback. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
E.J. Hall on the tackle. It's a gain of 4. Makes it 3rd and 7.
Welcome back live to Orlando, as we are just about set to go here in quarter number 4. Welcome back live to Orlando. Now this drive, they're 2 for 2 on third down conversions, but they need 7 yards here. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they're going to get him down shy of the first at about the 13-yard line.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Okay, so thought they might go for it here, down late. Instead, they trot out the field goal unit. And his kick is good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11.
Score Titans 24, Orbits 13.
The kickoff kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. Oh, good-looking return set up here. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
First and 10 at their own.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking.
Yeah, I think here's the situation.
On 1st and 10, Tannehill. And this is going to be incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case,
under pressure, and he's going to go down. Tannehill sacked. Devon Hamilton with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. Well, they went with the nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down, you bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
Here's Brett Kern now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Scott to return it. A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Orlando takes back over on offense. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this in a relatively quick manner. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's going to have the hook up to Scott. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now open down the middle of the field. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now they'll throw here, out of the gun. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points. Said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop the throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line.
To number 22.
Call it a gain of 5, and it's a 2nd down.
2nd and 5 at the 18-yard line.
They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
They've definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
They've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defense coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
Now 2nd and 9 from the 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And it's caught. Touchdown. Colin Johnson, his first touchdown on the year. And his guys are able to make this a close game again. And a pause in the action because the booth, they see something that they want to take another peek at to find out if this was a touchdown or not. They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. They'll try and throw for it. And this is caught. They got it. And that could be an important 2 points that gets them back within a field goal. I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down themselves.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Take it in at the 3. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own.
Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining to regain the lead. First down carry for Henry. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
He dumps it off for Henry. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
Here's Brett Kern now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. Orlando takes back over on offense. And you sense the tide turning. They scored, then their defense forced the punt, and now a chance to ultimately the lead here late. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Connection made with Shenault. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw to the left side here for Eifert. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. A gain of 6 there on first. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Dave's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there. Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
22. A gain of 9.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Brandon, you know, we talk about having wrinkles in a game plan. That was a fold right there. How about that play? Being able to change things up. You think anyone else on the team's going to get the ball, and in that situation, they surprise everyone and give it to their big guy.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
The pass.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. But he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now a throw here, hauled in. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This is Shenault on the receiving end. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 14-yard line.
Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Then he'll give it here to his running back. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
The ball carrier, Rashaan Evans on the tackle. A pickup of 2. Brings up 2nd and goal. At the
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. And they're knocking on the door. 2nd and goal now in a 1-score game. And that's going to be caught. Oh, one-handed grab there. He's got it for the touchdown.
touchdown, Orlando.
Those are the types of plays in these moments they were hoping for from this young rookie, able to put him up here in the 4th quarter.
How about the kid? You just mentioned it, the 4th quarter. This is when you have to make those winning plays. That's what he just did. Doesn't ensure anything, but he certainly gave his team a heck of a chance, didn't he?
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. That one in the books as a 12-play drive.
Titans 24.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Taking it about the 1. Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Now whistles, and we've got a man down. A man down here following the kickoff. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. To throw. Out to the right to Humphries.
Tannehill's pass.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Tannehill. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Devon Hamilton in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. And that will be incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just talking about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Here we go on 4th. Tannehill. He's going to let it fly. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Now a handoff here to his running back. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. Now the Titans will use their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just over 1 minute to go in the game. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. They go down to a knee and a sigh of relief as they are into the win column for the first time this year.
Partner, they took a knee to finish this one off. To me, that's the only thing they lost in the fourth quarter. How about that comeback?
Yeah, trailed coming into the last frame. Got it done, taking the knee.
Tonight,
a great come-from-behind victory in this one, Charles. And really the difference, obviously, was that fourth quarter. They dominated.
And it has to start with believing that you can make that comeback. Because we've been in games before. We've done games where you just look at one team and realize they have no chance of making it back. Not in the one we just saw here. They did it, and they did it well.
So for Orlando, it'll be a much happier locker room here as they get that first win after 5 straight losses to start the year. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face Indianapolis next week. Meanwhile, for Tennessee, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
What an amazing game. Curtis Kreger played out of his mind there, especially in the fourth quarter, throwing like 25 consecutive completions. Look at that passer rating. Sudeker with his, I don't know why we went for that fake. That almost killed us in the long run. Gave up some home runs too to Henry, but we won. Hargett got his first 100-yard game plus. Wayne had a good game as well. See the receiving. Ball got passed all around. Hargett actually led in receptions, or receiving yards, and receptions. Blocking. There's another thing that we did good. Good blocking on the running and the passing. Only gave up 1 sack. Amazing! Look at our defense. We had a 3-way tie for solo tackles between Marino, Kreger, and Schobert. Assists go to Schobert with 6. Total tackles go to Schobert with 9. Tackles for loss, 3-way tie with Grant Krager, Schobert, and Adonis Andrews. And we had a couple of big sacks. Excuse me. Thanks to Devon Hamilton. Great game from him. One interception from Derek Lewis. Kind of took it from me, but you know, I'm a team player. I don't care if he stole an interception from me. Pass deflections, 5 guys with 1. C.J. Henderson, Grant Krager, Schobert, Dan Lewis, and Sidney Jones. No forced fumbles. Good luck getting the ball out of Derrick Henry's hands. And let's look at the kicking real quick. Cobb, 2 for 2, should be 3 for 3. Should never kicked or faked that field goal. And then how many inside? No inside the 20s, but we didn't punt that much for once. Only 3 times. Kick returns, 4 for Scott. Average 23. That's not. I prefer 25 at least, but we got the win, so I can't complain too much. And then punt returns, 5.3 average for Josiah Scott. And that's the stats of the game. Ladies and gentlemen, that's our first game. Let's look at the, we'll look at the standings at the beginning of the next video. Thanks for joining us. Like, subscribe, turn notifications, follow. Pray that we do well in the games and in views and view time and anything else we need to make money. Stay strong. Peace.